はい、司会戻ってきました。引き続き TK500 マイルがお送りしていきます。で、次のゲームがモス、カテゴリーが 2% となっていますが、解説の方がいません。なので、ゲームをやったことがあるとか、なんだったら実況を見たことあるよとかでもいいので、何か情報を持っている方がいれば、ぜひ Discord の方に解説応募とかいただければなと思います。で、解説、さすがに声を出すのはちょっととかっていう場合だったら、コメント欄の方でね、いろいろ情報を書いてもらえると、僕がすごく助かります。で、あとですね、今回のゲームに限らずなんですが、ここからですね、解説の方がいないゲームがずらっと続いていきます。具体的には、ここから、6タイトルで、だいたい4時間、5時間ほど解説の方がいないゲームが続くので、次のこのモス以外にも、ね、急遽解説参加できますよっていう方がいたら、ディスコードの方に来ていただければ、ありがたいです。はい。でですね、ただ今回のこのモスっていうところに対して、ちょっとある程度自分の方で調べてきたので、まずはどんなゲームかっていうところは簡単に紹介させてもらおうと思います。で、1個 URL をちゃおう。はい、今 URL を貼ったんですが、これ公式ホームページですね。で、どんな感じのゲームかっていうと、オキュラスって書いてるので、ある程度なんか気づいている方もいると思うんですが、今回 VR のゲームです。で、もう2018年やから4年前に発売されたプレステ4とパソコン向けの VR ゲームで、ゲームのジャンルとしては、謎解き型のアクションゲームとなってます。で、このゲームの特徴的なのが、VR のゲームなんですけど、1人称視点と3人称視点とを、それぞれなんか状況に応じて使い分けながらクリアしていくっていうような感じのゲームになっているようです。なので、ちょっと1個だけ注意してもらいたいのが、特に一人称視点の時で、かつこれ VR なので、画面用意する可能性っていうのが、多分さっきのスライブランチャーよりも多いと思うので、その時はね、画面から遠ざかってもらうとか、カーソル真ん中に置くとか、でどうしても辛いって時は、もうブラウザ閉じてもらって、ご自身の体調を最優先してもらうという感じで、見ていただければなと思います。で、どんなゲームというか、ストーリー的なところ、あとさっきのね、公式ホームページとか見てもらうと、なんか可愛いネズミのキャラクターが載ってたりとか、なんか幽霊というか、千と千尋の神隠しのなんか顔なしみたいな、キャラクターのスクリーンショットとかがいろいろ載ってるんですけど、なんかですね、多分、僕の理解だと、この顔なしくんじゃないと思うけど、が一応プレイヤーというか主人公みたいな感じで、彼がなんかね、図書館に行って古い本を開くと、なんか本がパラパラパラパラめくれて気づいたら、なんか知らない世界に迷い込んでたみたいな感じなのかなと思います。で、なんかネズミのね、なんてもんだろう、クイルかなと出会って、で、なんかアドベンチャー、冒険を進めていくよ、みたいな感じのゲームなのかなと思います。とね、YouTube で簡単に動画見てみたんですけど、画面も綺麗し、すごいね、遊んでて楽しそうなゲームだなと思いました。そうで、今回カテゴリーが2%なんで、ですね、このオエングスの奏者の提出のコメントとかを見ていると、2% で cleaning the game as fast as possible using whatever skips you can って言ってるので、あの、多分ね、何かしらのスキップのグリッチがね、いろいろあるんだろうなって思います。whatever って言ってますからね。どんなスキップでも使えるものは使っていいよみたいなことを言ってるので、なんか悪いこといっぱいあるんじゃないかなって、一視聴者的観点でここはすごい楽しみにしてます。で、現地の方はもうこれ、オエングスつけて、その人がいろいろ準備してますね。 この前もね、RIJ の、福岡でやった RIJEX で VR 系ってあれなんだったかな、バイオ7かなとかで、やってましたけど、こう、VR ゲームをオフライン会場で見るって結構楽しいですね。奏者の人が実際どういうふうに動いてるんだろうとかっていうのがね、よく見えて。どうなんだろう、もうそろそろゲーム来るのかなあ、でもまだあれか。カービィ、カービィ、かわいい。今あれかな、環境が普段と違うからいろいろチェックしてんのかな。なんか運営っぽい人のグーっていうあれが出てきたけど、ちょっといつ始まるかわかんないので、イベントの紹介でもやりますかね。ちょっと待ってください。はい。じゃあ、ちょっと今回のイベントの紹介をさせてもらいます。現在、ジャパニーズリストリームでは、ミネソタ州ミニアポリスで毎年開催されているビデオゲームと音楽のイベント、ザ・ビデオゲームスミュージックコンベンション、略して VGMCON の中で行われているミッドスプリングスピードフリーング2022の様子を公認でミラー配信しております。ミッドスプリングスピードフリーイング2022は、ミッドウェストスピードフェストのツイッチチャンネルで配信されている RTA のイベントです。寄付と関連して特定のゲームには高難易度への変更やエンディングの選択などが予定されており、各項目ごとに設定された目標寄付金額を達成した際に行われます。また、寄付金額を表に見立てたビットボーによってキャラクター名や選択肢などが決定されることもあります。寄付金額に対する報酬は URL からご確認いただけます。画面が来ましたね。
My Asuka 424, take it away. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I can't see. You can get away with anything right now. So, hi, everybody. Yep, I'm Oscar 424.
なんかもうVR っていう感じの
With Moss.
画面ですね。
We're gonna just start this right away.
一応ね、投稿動画を見た感じだと、一人称視点よりかは三人称視点の方が割合は高かったかなと思うので、
He's over there.
そこまで、このちょっとね、画面用意しそうな状況が続くってことはまあないとは思うんですけど、本当にね、気持ち悪いなって思ったら、ブラウザバックとかしてもらうのが一番安全ですね。
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully this isn't a disaster. Yay!
さあ、グッドラックです。
And like I said, it's an unskippable cutscene by me turning a book page.
そう、これが最初言った図書館ですね。
There's lore.
で、
Amazing. We're not going to worry
あ
about
れ
it right
か、
now.
右手、左手でページをめくっていくと、
Yeah, so
なんか異世界に
Moss is
入
a
っ
really
てき
cute
た感じ
miniature
ですかね、これが。
platform experience. Fun little
そうですね、僕も最低限調べただけなので、ここから先は本当どういうふうにゲーム進んでいくかわからないので、皆さんと一緒に見たままを楽しんでいこうかなと思います。あ、今ネズミが出てきましたね。この子がさっき言ったクイルですね。
What's really cool about her is she doesn't talk to us using verbal communication. She actually uses American Sign Language once we appear in the game. We're not there yet, we're getting there. But yeah, this is a gorgeous game by Polyarch. The sequel, Moss Book 2, just came out on PSVR 2 days ago, I want to say. But yeah, it's really chill. It's filled with a lot of skips. Battles.
これめっちゃ可愛いけど、
Because we need to help out, but
なかなかストーリーは進まないから、RTA 的にはなんか早く終わってくれとかってそうしたのかと思ってそうな時間ですね、これ。なんか持ってますね、水色に光る何かを。なんか緑に光った。今なんかあっち行こうよみたいな感じで指さしてるのかな。
Quill, I'm sorry in advance for everything that's about to happen. Hopefully we'll get through this. Alright.
Quill had to hurry.
And now the run starts.
And night would follow.
So I'd say his first jump, this run is either cursed or blessed, based on if I make this first little tiny skip.
で、ここが三人称になりましたね。
And the run is cursed!
こういう
Yes!
感じで多分ね、
It really saves like
あれ
fractions of a second, but it's still nice to hit. Alright, now
そういうことか。三人称視点って言っても、このネズミのクイルを三人称視点だから俯瞰視点で見るってだけで、この画面自体はソーシャルの VR とあれと連動してるんですね。
don't exist. And not doing puzzles.
だからこういう三人称視点と多分もう一個の一人称って言ってるのはクイルの一人称視点でいろいろ謎解きしていくって感じっぽいですね。
But you can't skip any of them. Oh, you can skip all of
だ
them.
からこれ三人称視点でもちょっと画面は結構揺れちゃいますね。
But wait for that door to shut, so she appears right there.
そう、なんかワイプが
Yeah, there's stairs. Stairs take too long.
なんかレトロな映像みたいになってる。
But while we're controlling Quill, we can actually interact with things in the room.
そうですね、人間視点とネズミ視点っていう言い方が分かりやすいかもですね。
Rustic patina. So just pull open doors. You'll see a lot of times where I'll just kind of look somewhere and then pull somewhere else. I'm activating something that she'll have to need in the immediate future. But this particular area, her village's home, I love it, and this is the only time we get to see it, unfortunately. We're going to run through this area, and we are going to go through the essential first run killer of the game, which is the water wheel.
ここなんか村に入ってきましたけど、これは何ですかね。クイルが住んでる村なんですかね。
Okay, this should be fine. Because that jump is really tight. And you'll see a couple times throughout the run.
なんか今のジャンプするところからすごいタイトだよって解説者が言ってました。落ちちゃった。
That water wheel jump. So we're just going to have to miss that one. Alright, let's sit down
こ
and
れ
try this again.
水車もプレイヤーがなんかある程度操作してんのかな。
There we go.
ちょこっと待って。
I have to be really careful. Because water kills mice. And we don't want to kill Quill. So, we'll try that again.
さあ次は行きましたね。
Alright, so one thing you'll notice, see how the water wheel has this like blue glowing effect? That is me actually holding on to it and preventing it from doing what it needs to do, or what it normally does. Which is spin properly.
そうですね。なんか青く光ってるのが確かに視認的に分かりやすいですね。これはあなたが動かすんだよって。でも、それで今、
Quill had saved priceless grains
So yeah,
from
what makes the
the
water
あれかな橋かけたのかな。
that jump over there is that window jumping onto the wheel is so tight.
She
If
raced to the
when you
door
get
of the
control of
cottage
Quill,
she shared with
your
her
angle
uncle,
is bad.
hoping once he saw her
She actually
discovery,
takes too long to get to the wheel, and you
he
can't
would
jump
sound
onto
the
it.
tales of its legend.
And now we get more cutscenes.
で、
We get to meet Uncle
また
Hart,
図書館に戻ってくるのか。
like goat of a soldier that we don't really get to talk about because lore.
で、またページをめくって、なんか全然違うところに来ましたね。
I think you're still over here.
I hope so. Do we have a quick moment for an announcement?
Go for it.
We have met the incentive for playing Shaq Fu with audio.
Woo!
But we have not yet met the incentive to watch the cutscenes, which we definitely want to do. So get your donations in for that. We also still have the incentive open for any percent for Morrowind, the bonus run, as well as the incentives for the Morrowind character name and the Wildermyth names. The Morrowind name that is currently winning is Dear PB with Uncle Rooster in second, and the Wildermyth names leading right now are Fortnite and Dear PB. We will be using the top 3 Wildermyth names. So there's a free slot right there, right for the taking.
Nice.
We also have
多分現地はね、今ドネーション関係の話をしてて、多分ね、この次のゲームだったかな。ビットウォーが設定されてて、トップ3の、で、ビットウォーのトップ3のニックネームが、ゲームで使われるよみたいなのがあるので、多分その話をしてたのかなと思います。
Makes perfect sense in my brain. All right. Now this jump
で
gives
このね、夜のシーンも綺麗ですね。さっきのこの青いオブジェクトがいい感じに光ってて、なんか神秘的な感じをね、醸し出してて。あ、また落ちちゃっ
Right
た。
I'm trying to do is actually jump onto a ledge that is not a ledge. But there is a very tiny spot where Quill could be like, oh yeah, I could totally jump onto that. Nope.
ああ、これあれか、正規だともうちょっと回り込んでいくところを、うまいことショートカットしようとしてる感じですね。
It's
まあまあタイトそうですね。
like you bounce off of it or you don't.
でもなんかこんだけミスってたら通常の方が早かったよとかありそうですけど。
Perfect. And in a 3D scenario, that's not fun. Because depending on how you're looking at that particular time, it changes things. There it is.
お、いった。
Alright. Because, yeah, what you're supposed to do is go over here, pull this out, go all the way around.
あーで、なんか今、ムービーの間に、なんか下のボックス1個動かしましたね。
But, yeah, that technically
で
isn't a ledge.
なんかクイールの周りに飛んでた紫色の妖精っぽいのが、さっきのなんか紫のところに干渉して、クイールが中に入ってきました
There's
ね。
one little tiny spot that the game's like, okay, just in case something goes wrong, we'll let you grab onto that. So, yeah. It
こ
gets
れ
a
な
little
ん
weird.
だ、ワ
There's also ledges that are different heights.
ープになってんのかな。
Endgame that the
なんかワープっぽい感じで出てきましたね。
game's like, no. Quill's
ああ、消えた。
and there's not much you can do. It's like, oh. For my fellow friends that play Mystic Quest, it's kind of that kind of RNG.
ポータル。
There's also small time saves of actually jumping a little bit further away from the ledge than you're supposed to. Because what Quill will do is she'll skip that that animation of grabbing, and she'll just jump right up. But for right now, this is going to be
おー、なんか出てきましたね。
water,
これ今、
because we only need
こ
two of these.
これはあれかな、このなんかピンク色の妖精っぽいやつを
There we go.
操作してるのかな。
I
ね、あいつがなんか水面に触れたら足場が出てきたりしますしね。
or something. Yeah, it's pretty much each one of these rooms, I call them. They all have.
これ BGM いいですね。なんか音楽もこう、さりげない音楽が流れてるし、あと環境音が
But
さっきから鳥のさえずりとかいろいろ聞こえてきてて、
the second section of the
めっ
game,
ちゃなんかやってて楽しそうな。
beginning of the temple.
The start in the shoot.
Grab that platform.
There's a good chance your uncle's still there.
There we go. Also, shout out to that squirrel mount. I just think the concept of riding a squirrel or a horse from Dear PB Logic. I like having a squirrel mount. That's just cool.
さあ、イカダに乗ってやってきたのが、なんかめっちゃ剣が刺さっているところにやってきましたね。
100%. There's like all scrolls.
I can't be seen with you.
There's
I'll catch
Twilight
up with
Garden,
you
which is
later.
like the DLC.
Don't go and die.
But any percent has is kind of like the most competitive. It's a small group of us VR peoples.
おー、落ちたけど今のは通常の流れなのかな。
Thank you. And you'll notice any damage she takes is reflected in the glass in her back.
いや、まあ僕も同じこと思いましたね、この空間見て。
What that may or may not look like. We're gonna hope that she doesn't take damage. But yeah,
や
never.
っぱみんな剣があんだけ刺さってるの見ると同じようなこと考えるんですね。
This particular skip I thought was the intended way the first time I played. I didn't realize you had to go around. But yeah. But no, collectibles are like that little scroll right there. There's a mosaic when you're in the library that starts filling up with each one of those. So you'll notice when I get over there, there'll be like one little colored spot. That's the one scroll that you're required to pick up. But here is actually the first combat, kind of combat demo. Quill can fight on her own, and she's awesome by herself. But as the
Oh.
reader, I can help.
ボスか？
So you can actually grab enemies, kind of lock them in and prevent them from doing damage. And you'll hear like a little click. That click. What that means is
ヤドカリですかね。
done damage to that enemy for her. This
戦闘が全部画面外で行われるから。
Once she gets into the next room, she gets
カメラさんちゃんと仕事してくださいみたいなアングルでずっとバトルが行われていってる。
hits of damage to actually kill those enemies, the forged enemies.
カメラさん戦闘シーン真ん中で映してください。
This awesome champions, deities, cool armor, and then we move on to the actual temple proper.
でまた図書館戻ってきましたね。
That one kind of piece that's showing up that's colored, that's the one scroll that we were required to pick up. And that's the only one you'll see filled in throughout the entire game. But now we're going to go to the...
でもまたさっきの続きからなんですね。また違うところにワープするのかなと思ったら。
It saves like a portion of a second. Gotta find it. There it is. Alright, so we're going into the temple, and I'm going to tell you about probably the most terrifying skip in the game that I'm going to take one
なんかの神殿に入るって言ってますね。
So BlitzVR, who's the world record holder of this and is absolute god gamer, please follow him. And this is the route, or his route is what I'm using. There's a skip that skips
すごいなんかめっちゃ
a
ネズミのセンスの像が並んでる。
setup for it that I don't quite know. But this particular skip is so precise. I can hit it maybe 5% of the time if I'm lucky. But if you miss it, no big deal. You just do the fight as intended. But if you do get it, that saves a couple minutes right there. But first, let's make a jump. Let's give it a first try, a second try.
そう目線外しなんですかね。フレーム持ち回避かなとかって思いながら見てますけど。
Is depending on how you're looking at something, it changes.
なんか像があった。
One time, I have to go one direction. But if I'm looking at it a slightly different direction, that changes essentially where Quill has to go, which makes these runs fun. But let's see if I can somehow hit the luck lottery.
これ今解説してるのこれ奏者の方自身ですかね。シーハーって書いてるから女性の方ですし、
So this
隣にいる男性が喋ってる感じはないですし、
land on that platform, and you kill that enemy.
VR やりながら解説結構大変そ
You'll see how that guy just instantly collapsed. That was the original setup, which is fine. But the skip, if you can actually pull it off, the root skip, shockingly, you
う。
jump
で階段が立ち上がってくるのか。
and you just skip this fight entirely. Kind of go around that whole platform. But it's so terrifying.
あれなんかクイルが持ってる武器変わりましたよ。さっきまで剣やったのになんか緑色の何かになっちゃいましたよ。
You pretty much have to let Quill like start falling, so you can actually hit the ledge on the other
いつ
side.
変わったんやろ。
Super tight. But this room
でまたスイッチ動かしたら、
you can grab them and walk them over.
またなんかヤドカリっぽいのが出てきましたね。
And it's like
そっか、ヤドカリもプレイヤーが操作できるから彼にあそこのスイッチを押してもらってクイルが先に進むっていう感じですね。
you can't, unfortunately. What you can do kind of here, and why I'm low key moving Quill around
いや
is
いや、スイッチの上で遊びすぎて
does this?
スイッチから時々降りちゃってますね。
Stuck on that button if she's not moving. I don't know why, but it just happens because VR logic. Alright, so we're gonna hit that. We're gonna open up the platform for this little forge neutrino.
そこにスイッチがあってまた橋を渡して、
Essentially beat
で多分ヤドカリ動かしてんのかな。ヤドカリもう一匹多分乗せてまたこなせば上下させてますね。
but it's a lot safer. The bold way is
で
to
これ
just let this
だって
go.
カメラの見えないところで多分ヤドカリ操作してるんでしょう。心眼で完全にやってますね。お
Okay, come on.
あれかな、足場ちょっと上にちゃんと上がりきってなかったから、天井と床に挟まれてダメージ受けた判定になっちゃいましたかね。
So yeah, if you just don't stop the platforms,
お、次は行った。
that could eventually kill her.
まだヤドカリ動かしてますね。
There we go. This. Now, like I said, you can take damage with Quill. And she can take 2 hits. Third hit will kill her. She resets her health after every single room. And you can tell how much damage she has based on the color of her backpack.
あ、これさっきの部屋の奥ですね。
Red, she's taking 1 hit. Red and this like red haze around you. That's heal, please. Or sadness will happen.
なんか歯車が見えるから、ここ結構またからくりがいっぱいありそうな部屋ですね。
That just does not like me.
あ、また見えないところで動かしてますね。
Ways in this particular room. Clipping through the center thing, that clip and I get along very well. So this arena over. Boop.
いや、これ忙しいな、結構操作が。
Like everything Quill does is
クイル操作して、それしながら画面外でヤドカリ操作して、からくりうまいこと動かして、
right.
これ結構難しそうですね、プレイするの。てかまあ本来はこんななんか、
Now,
ね、マルチタスクでやらなくていいんでしょうけど、RT 的には結構忙しそうですね。
heading to the next couple puzzles. They're pretty straightforward. That jump is a little bit scarier than you think it is. Because you are not supposed to be able to make that jump.
So lighting the torches required?
Lighting the torches is blue's my favorite color.
Fair enough.
It's not required at all. I just do it. So those are the cannon
Oh.
forged enemies.
なんか強そうな敵が出てきた。
They take 2 hits before they die, but an interesting factoid about them is they will shoot you. And if you control them, you can actually get them to do things for you. Don't do it! Here, we're gonna jump here. Yeah, a lot of this game is pretty much being able to do a lot of different things at once. With both controlling
敵
Quill,
キャラを操作できるっていうのがなんかいいですね。
Ugh. And it can be a lot, but it's still pretty. It's one of those things where it's super rewarding once you're able to do it. Like this one, I'm going to be hitting this or pulling this lever, going back to that button, and you'll see the forged enemies demonstrate Asuka can't aim to save her life. So Quill can't actually open up the next area, but this forged enemy can. First try. That works. We're gonna bring that over there. It's not the best spot, but we'll run with it. We can probably move it over a little bit. That works. And yeah, the reason I put that in that kind of awkward spot is quite literally when I come back around here, it just creates a path for me. So I can skip, just taking time, moving things around and calling it a day.
で、また階段がせり上がってきてましたね。
So, when we come around, we're going to get another cannon forged. I'm going to move that set of stairwells around. Oops. Make sure that's in a good spot. Can I make that? Nope, that's fine.
おお。
I actually hit that without looking. Sweet. So apparently that's the trick. I just don't look.
あれだ、もう、どこで何操作されているのかがもう全然わからん。
I have Quill jumping like a rabbit instead of a mouse. That's so I.
なんか宝箱が。
She'll do like this jump, and she gets happy.
宝箱、何取ったの？
The reason that this is the only death warp in the game. She goes by.
お、
But it's best for her to
です。
fall there and respawn.
デスルーラですね。
Than going the entire way around.
That might be the cutest death scream I've ever heard.
Right? Quill is literally
多
just
分今の落ちた方が入り口付近に戻るから、そっちの方が早いとかじゃないですかね、多分。
and the cutest mouse in the world.
ミスったのかな。 デス
Okay,
ルーラな気がしましたけど。
the temple. You ask every person that runs this game, their least favorite part of this run is the temple. What's coming up is a 50-50 coin flip. Oops, there we go. That there is nothing we can do to manipulate it. The devs who actually also will speedrun this, they even admit, yeah, this can't be manipulated. Platforms are going to open, and there's one on the left, there's one on the right. The difference is your run is dead or your run is not dead. So I tend to go right
お、
or brand.
すぐ終わった。
So we'll see what happens. But first we have to
何ですかね、ここは。
come around here and literally ring the doorbell. So hop there.
でもなんかこういう謎解きはなんかゼルダっぽいなっていう気もしますね。ね、謎を解いて神殿を攻略していくって。
She bows.
ああ、これまた敵が出てくるパターンっぽいですね。
Guardy gods.
でもなんかネズミの像が持ってる。なんか青い炎も赤い炎になっちゃったし。
And hope that it's
ネズミじゃなくって。
Of course it's not! Shout out to bad RNG right there.
Look, we just want to see more of the
なん
run.
かバッド RNG って言ってるから、なんか乱数悪かったのかな。
Again, there's nothing you can do, so you have to do the fight over again. So instead of only having 3 waves, you have potentially 4 or more.
Is it RNG the second time, or?
Oops, let me actually bring him over here just in case.
あ、最後決まってない。
No, because we know I just went. In answering your question, I kind of screwed myself up. So we're gonna do another wave. No, it's supposed to go to that one immediately. So we will do it again. And this time it should be on the left. Yeah, it'll alternate then.
さっきからね、戦闘が全部ね、画面の下側に行われるから、気づかんうちにこの敵倒されていってるんですよね。
Okay, come on. There we go. So that's what's supposed to happen. You go up to the higher platform because it's the only way you can reach the upper balcony. I'll grab onto you so you don't shoot me.
で、また、そう、さっきからなんかこの鎖をずっと引っ張っ
Go
て、
through the second wave.
そしたらどうなんのかな。足場下げてんのかな。
But yeah, it literally makes a difference between at least a minute or two, if not longer.
これは何なんですかね。何かしら進展があったら敵キャラが出てくるみたいな感じなんですかね。
Actually, I'll grab you first. Come on, buddy.
そう、このなんか謎解きっぽいのをするのと敵が出てくるのの関連がよくわからないから、
That happens
なんか進んでるのかどうかがちょっとわからないですね。
after this. We can grab that, ring this doorbell. Do the
で、またこの鎖引っ張って、3回目かな引っ張ってんの。
giant flight of steps to go right back down the steps. And then after that, we got plenty of time for
また戦闘タイム。
comments, questions, concerns, any other funness. Because right now it's just beating enemies until I move on. You know. There should be not many more left. There we go. So yeah, making a difference between 3 and 5 waves is kind of
お、戦闘シーン終わりましたね。
have been for it.
3回の法則はもうゼルダなんだよ
But yeah, we are at cutscene territory. So if there's anything that needs to be mentioned, brought up, or all that
Quill
jazz,
felt a swell of
な。
pride.
さあ、神殿の奥というか、外に出てきましたね。
Don't give me ideas.
Now,
No.
all these years later,
We have $50 from Anonymous who says, Asakai made it. Y'all are awesome and this marathon is great. Been looking
Yay.
forward to all the runs. We have $20
50ドルの寄付が入ったそうですね。
into Shaq Fu. It's bad enough. Gooby taught me the game.
oh, yep, I know who that could be.
We, at this point, are over halfway. Well, we are not quite halfway to the watch cutscenes incentive for Shaq Fu, so get those donations in so we can watch those cutscenes. We also want to get those donations in for the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind
今のでも神殿は攻略したっていうことなんですかね。
the character in Elder Scrolls 3 and name the characters in Wildermyth. Wildermyth does have 3 names now, as Shaq has joined the fray. But if you have a better idea,
Oh my god.
get those donations in.
But Shaq.
How long do we have on the Shaq Fu incentive?
Quill's muscles ached in
Uh,
her eyes.
ああ、また図書館に戻ってきましたね。あれかな？だからページめくると今までのシーンがそこに印字されていって、何もないページに行くと、また次の物語が始まるよみたいな感じなんですかね。似てる。
I'll quickly point out the moodiest
Four-ish
mood.
hours.
Oh, go on. Okay, cool. And
奏者さんめっちゃ覗き込んでる体勢してますね。
I resemble
体斜めにして。
that is me anytime I wake up. Period. Like, no, I'm good. just leave me be. My ear folded down and everything.
Can we do like that last
Jeremy
run
was
and go
nowhere
back to
be
bed now?
found. But
I like that idea
No.
better.
in a distant bluff was the castle.
Ah.
A reminder of what mattered most.
But yeah, here we're heading to what's called the
Quill
Impassable
drew a
Mines.
deep
You'll find out
breath
that they're
and
not
readied
very
herself
impassable
for the
after all.
journey ahead.
And I actually really loved the, because IGN, they did the Devs React speedrun with BlitzVR's run. And the devs, the puzzle that's coming up, it's one of the coolest puzzles in the game, and you just completely buy
な
it.
んかダンジョンなのか何なのか洞窟に入っていきましたね。
That's one of those like, oh, this is so cool, and you don't get to see any of it. Those like colored star things, those are also collectibles, but again, we don't have to worry about it.
なんか新しい敵が出てきた。
These bomb type forge enemies, you can grab them
な
and
ん
as
だ
soon
これ。
as you hear the click and let go, they can explode.
なんか
Otherwise, like,
虫っぽいの一発殴ったらなんかハリセンボンみたいにこうぷくーって膨らんでいきますね。
and speed up the process. But yeah, this is another one of those sections where you just kind of let, or you do it fast enough. You can just
あ、ヤドカリというか、さっきのやつも出てきた。
this guy. That guy kind of run around because when you hit them, they don't necessarily go where you want them to go. Alright. Now let's.
終わりかな？さっきからね、ちょこちょこ壺とか樽とか割ってなんか吸収してるっぽいんですけど、あれは何なんですかね？なんかエネルギー源とかがなんかあるんですかね？
Ooh, I almost clipped in a way I wasn't supposed to. Okay, nope, no leap of faith. That's alright. If you jump from a very specific spot, you can end up like halfway through.
そうですね。さっきクイルが攻撃してないのに、なんか最初から膨らんでるやつとか、なんか一匹ぐらい出てきてましたね。
Didn't get to see car skip right there, but that's okay. Because, yeah, with a leap of faith, you either make that leap, you don't. Whoops. I forgot I have to stand up this part. I have to see the barrels. Okay, so this is the really fun puzzle skip. The only requirement is you blow up that first wall. Oops.
あ、今なんか明らかに変なスキップしようとしてる。そこ絶対登るところじゃないと思う。
Because, yeah, you're supposed to take one of these bomber enemies all the way to the top to blow up each one of these.
なんか紹介文にどんなスキップ使ってもいいよとは書いてたけど、なんか壁抜けとかやばいレベルのグリッチはなさそうですね。なんかちょこちょこオブジェクトの上に乗っかってみたいな感じでスキップしていく感じっぽいですね。
Now, the first two like rooms proper of the city are honestly the two most terrifying in the game. There are these giant master sentries that will kill you in one shot, and the way to get around them in the speedrun is super terrifying. But first, wholesome moment. Okay. High five of good luck. Thanks, Quill. So that's probably the only, like, super quiet or super serious time. That's about it, yeah. The first one is significantly easier, but by significantly, I mean, the intense sweating will consume me no matter what.
She'd seen this view before.
なんか怪しい雰囲気が漂うところにできましたね。
And then sink.
なんかあっち行こうとかって言ってる。
Climb on a rail that I'm not supposed to climb on.
いや、クイールくんかわいい
It's just
な。
a very tight window to skip the puzzle, and I have to do two, or like two different tight skips. So let's see how this goes.
なんですかね、廃墟になってるんですかね、ここの建物が。なんかさっきね、遠くから見ると白っぽい見た目に見えましたけど。
Oops,
これ完全に
or just do
ス
that.
キップしようとしてますね。手すりの上に乗っかって、上の足場に行こうとしてますね。どう見ても正規じゃない感じですね。
There we go.
左上行くんじゃないんか。これ VR でこのコマが調整辛そうやな。いった。
Do we have time? Do we have time
After
for a
this
donation?
room.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're blocking the feed. Sorry.
Do we have a quick time for one quick donation?
今、
After this room? No.
現地、男性がなんか邪魔になってたっぽいですね。
Still.
Cubs.
これなんだ、真ん中のやつは敵？撃ってきた。
Nope.
今はミスったんかな。
There we go. Okay.
いったいった。
That is the hardest part of the game right there. So I will take second try.
I'm going to.
Yeah, now there's plenty of time for donations.
I'm going to assume there's a much easier path through there than that as well.
There's an easier one, but it takes longer. It's just. Whew.
なんだろう、なんか簡単なやつがあるけど、なんかあそこ簡単なやり方があるんだけど、時間かかっちゃうんだとかって言ってますね。
Going on from my point of view. We have 5.
なんかこの街やばいことになってますね。
Got this, Asuka.
明らかになんか悪いやつ侵食されてそ
Hey, kid. You took long enough.
I just also want to
Found
remind
your
everyone
uncle,
that
but the Master Sentry
Mid-Spring
inactivated.
Speakling 2022 is supporting Save the Music, a nonprofit charity.
う。あれ戻っていっ
Mission is to
た。
help students, schools, and communities reach their full potential through the power of making music. As one of the leading music foundations in the United States, they support their partner communities by donating
uncle?
instruments and musical
Is he
technology,
okay?
providing support services for teachers, and advocating for music
He's alive for
education.
now.
To learn more,
We
visit
must act
savethemusic.org.
As long as that Master Sentry is watching, the path to
Alright.
the castle is dead end.
I don't know why I just did that. Why not? So here's essentially the last two like cool looking puzzles. Also hitting him. Okay, but that's. Thank you.
ああ、これあれか。敵操作して敵に、なんか紫のやつ操作してもらってんのか。
Right there. And actually, the last like really cool skip is in the very next puzzle area, the train skip. It's technically like the only like clip in the game, and it looks so cool if done correctly. And how it works is like you can actually have her
宝箱開けたけど、今取ったのは何なんだ？
turn in that direction, but the next time she
あれかな、
attacks,
武器とかじゃな
she will
く
attack
て、
the last
ストーリークリアに必要なアイテムを集めていってる感じなのかな。
to do this train skip. So with how the rest of this run is going, if I can get this on the first try, I'll be very happy. And also, like I said before, shout out to Blitzcar. Blitz makes this game look so easy, and it is not. Like, please follow him. He does a lot of speedruns with VR stuff, and it's really cool. Alright, train skip, let's go. First try! Literally!
お、
Alright!
なんか決まったかな。
I feel suddenly better about that.
Quick announcement. We did reach the incentive to watch the cutscenes for
Nice.
Shaq Fu.
This makes me happy.
There is still the open incentive for the any % bonus run of Morrowind, so let's get those donations in for that, as well as the character names for Morrowind and Wilderman.
Shaq's disembodied head approves.
Oh god. I have this suddenly deep-seated fear that Shaq is like right behind me judging me. And I'm here for it.
多分現地シャックフーって言ってたから、ね、この後のゲームのビット、ドネーション関係が何かあったっぽいですね。
Just kind of playing things vanilla and quickly. But
なんだろう、インセンティブ達成とかかな。
the water fountain right here as soon as we activate it. We can actually leave this room right away, but if you do, you have to set up this whole process again. So, and there's 3 pistons you have to pull. So I'm gonna send Quill over kind of close to the stairs, but not quite there.
そうですね、シャックフーでビットウォーじゃないけど、インセンティブが2つあって両方目標金額達成したっぽいですね。
It should be a straight shot to the castle now. Come on.
And now, it's a fight. The last like major like group fight. It's another 3 waves. It goes kind of back and forth and back and
We're
forth.
trapped.
There's
Right,
a
Quill.
flashing
While
Can you
big
open
giant
these
floaty
first?
eyeball
お、
starts
No,
rebooting.
please?
まさかこのでかいのがなんかやってくるのかな。
I can
That
try.
statue. I love it.
There's a flashing warning at the end of this?
There is a flashing warning after I complete this.
なんか BGM がなんか軽快な感じになりましたね。
Over here. And when you hear that noise, that means you're on the next wave. And it's kind of rebooting in the process. So we grab you. So yeah, if there's anything you want to like plug, please by all means go for it.
ここ戦闘忙しいですね。クイルを操作するし、敵キャラも自分の方にこう
Taking out
引っ
enemies.
張ってきてちょっとでも時短しなきゃダメだし。
Or just not
い
dealing
や
with
ー、マジで忙しいな、ここ。
and then, yep.
なんか上動いてる。
Come on. Excuse me, don't shoot at me. I said don't shoot at me. You can actually get the enemies to shoot at each other, which is kind of fun, but don't need to. You are the only one left. So, okay, if you are photosensitive, there's a very, very bright light that's going to happen. It's as soon as this sewer grate lifts,
終わったかな
the screen,
動き出しちゃいましたね。
when it is safe to look.
案の定、なんかやばいの来ましたね。
So yeah, avert one's eyes now.
おお。
All right, you're free to look back.
いや今の、多分あの一体絶対壊滅してるでしょ。結構やばいの来ましたよ。
Well, we've lost our way, kind of. We're in the sewer dungeon area, as you'll see with this little friend right here.
で、
That
Eh?
didn't end up well for them. But we are essentially in the last section of the game.
あ、びっくりした。今の食えるかと思った。
You get to meet the true final boss of Moss Book 1.
あ、地下に逃げてきて、なんか地下神殿みたいなのがありそうですけど、どうなのかな
And this is when I date myself because I'm going to do the earliest of memes and shout out to everybody in chat that understand the meme. And
例えばゲーム内でなんかクイルに語りかけてるのは誰なのかな、主人公なのか
this is the
なのかな、というかクイルが喋ってんのかな、このゲーム内の音声は。どっちなんやろ。
badger.
Mushroom?
It's not the mushroom. It's not the mushroom. It's not the badgers either. We're getting there. Because the final boss.
なんかやばいの来ましたよ。
The snake.
Sorry, Will. I really am.
めっちゃ強そ
Yeah, Metamucil or something now. But with that, we are in the
う。そこで
essentially what's
こ
called.
っち戻ってくんの。
And this is one of those areas where there are jumps that look like they should be fine, or platforms that
Eh?
look like you should be able to grab them. And the game's like, nah. Cool falls.
え、今のヘビどうなったの？
And you'll see really quickly the rooms
てっ
are
きりなんかボス戦始まるのかと思ったんですけど、さっきなんか、ね、図書館でページめくって、
for reasons you
ヘビのページから始まってなんか見たことないシーンがなんか印字されて
enemies I don't have to fight, they're just kind
いったけど、それは通常の
of flavor.
ゲームプレイなのか、何か知らないうちにスキップを使ったのか、何なんですかね。明らか戦闘始まりそうな雰囲気でしたけど。
Shit, that bucket right there. We're not going to talk about the number of times that I have gotten caught on that bucket. I'm like a manatee with a bucket. I must take my bucket.
It's a very conveniently placed crossbow right there.
Right? It's not just a crossbow. It's a crossbow of infinite ammo that magically just respawns.
あー、来た。あ、まだヘビ来た。
I say ascent as Quill falls. Makes sense in my brain. Alright, breaking those boxes just so I can grab the ledge. And
これはあれかな。
I can skip
さっきのとこはヘビと戦わずにストーリー進んで、ここからはなんかヘビから
chill.
逃げていく感じになってるのかな。
Perfect. Alright. I die in this room more
いや、
times
ちょこ
than
ちょこなんかヘビなのか何なのかやばい悲鳴が聞こえてきますね。おー。
Case
え
in point.
今のはミスっただけ？てかなんか崖の下が赤いのあれなんなんやろ、めっちゃ怖いね。
But yeah, that turn is so tight.
赤く光ってるだけか。
It's like I've also died standing here because Starfox's tail will actually come and although
やっぱスイッチ動かし で、
Nope, you die.
なんでヘビにどっか行ったの？
Shout out to, Tibbleton, the audience, and PK at his dwelling.
There really are just
It's-
a lot of crossbows just laying around, aren't
There's
there?
a lot, okay? Don't hate the crossbows.
おお、また来た。
Beneficial. There's no crossbows here, though.
なんか、火の玉撃ってきましたね。なんか火の玉撃つより直接壁に行った方がいいんじゃないのっていう気もしますけど。
Swagging this. Close enough. Dashing's a little bit of a time saver, but directionally inputting stuff in VR. Keeps
Whoa.
you're not expecting to go. Okay. So this is the last room
What
I've
it is.
died in, and I have died in this room, and I've cost myself moving from 5th to 4th on this leaderboard. Just moss things.
ラストダンジョンですかね。エスティメート考えると。
Don't do it, Sarfog. Don't do it. Thank you. Okay. So
おお。
in the rock paper scissors Pokemon world, a Rattata can take out an Ekans with some assistance from the Pokemon trainer.
そういった打ち方？
Sarfog's got about, well, 50 HP left. And you're not supposed to look at the eyes that are closed for right now.
この、
They're open.
このヘビ、それで倒す。
Being just a goat takes all but 1 HP of Sarfog's remaining health away. It takes a single kick, particularly
ああ、倒れた。
that kick, to beat Sarfog once and for all. But yeah, that is it. Now it's just kind of getting to the final area.
あ、で、ここからが今なんかファイナルエリアって言ってましたね。
The castle proper. And time is actually in 2 rooms.
Mhm.
Actually, that room way over there. So we'll do one more room.
なんかでも謎があるというよりかはもうなんかエピローグ的なエリアかな？
The in-person VR portion of this
But only
marathon.
her echoes responded.
Right. Now, time.
ああ、終わった。
Here's my fear. How bad am I over?
グッドゲームでしたね。これなんだろう。城の中でなんか今囚われてたのかな？
Yay!
おそこカメラさん真ん中を映してほしい。
So yeah, one of the things I like to show off in
あれから今なんか物語の中でアンクルって言ってておじさんって言ってたから多分クイル君のおじさんが捕まってたんですかね。でおじさんを助けに来たっていう物語やったのかな。
Polyarch, who's an awesome set of devs. They didn't put gum under the table, but they did say hi.
でクイル君が無事おじさんを助け出して、ああなんだこれめっちゃ落書き書かれてる。
So yeah, that's the devs
ピー
saying
ター was here, Tom and Mario.
stream.
It's there.
It is not a burden you can bear.
It's
Not
all right.
いいっすね、なんかこういう小ネタが隠されてるんですね。
And sit down. Okay. So yeah, that is Moss.
お、またページめくったぞ。
Speedrun to do.
you fold
It's a
and
lot
strong.
more difficult than you think it is, but
We're safe
it's so
now,
fun. It's so
she
rewarding.
assured him.
Shout out
Let's go
to
home.
the devs, Polyarch.
No,
Moss Book 2 just came out.
You've never
Um,
been in more
Moss,
danger.
the first one is PSVR, Oculus, Steam. Moss 2 right now is PSVR exclusive.
King's glass,
Eventually, it'll get ported to the
hidden
other
here
ones.
in the castle.
Eventually.
You must reclaim
But
it.
again, shout out to BlitzVR, the
There.
world record holder. He's
We're ready.
absolute sweetheart, and plays this amazingly. So, check out his runs. Cubs, you got
Promising
anything to say?
beginning indeed.
Thank you very much for
For
having
so
me.
long, your mother has
I thought you were over
toiled to
there.
write an
No.
end for us all. But
Also, if you pick up VR speedruns, be prepared to get to jump scare yourself all the time. But yeah, I am Oscar44. You can see me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Oscar424. And you will see me later tonight as Gooby and I teach you the wonders of terrible video games. Gooby's playing Shaq Fu. Check out that run, it's amazing. I'm doing the salty run back of Captain Novolin, because I'm only allowed one good game before I have to balance out with
あ、
something else.
そうそうそう。そう、今、創始の方が言ってたんですけど、この方ね、もう一個ゲーム走るんですよ。今日の11時38分からキャプテンノボリンっていうゲームがあって、その創始者でもあるんですよ。なので、まあ、そこもね、見ていただければと思います。というところで、ゲーム画面終わりましたね。今のゲームが、タイトルがモス、カテゴリーが 2% でした。では次のゲームの準備がありますので、一旦ここで失礼します。
Thank you to everyone who's donated so far and everyone who will donate in the future. And this is the end of my hosting shift. And so I'll be leaving you all now, but I'm leaving you all in good hosting hands.
And hello, I'm Matty Ink, back to talking to your ears. Please stand by while we work on this setup here for Wildermyth. In the meantime, we do have a naming incentive for Wildermyth that's going to be open for just a few more minutes. If you have any last snipes you want to get in for your favorite name, please do so now.